All right, guys, we're back with round one, Edison format, Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Rocky on the left playing like a quick draw. I don't know. It's not a standard quick draw deck, but there's like a bunch of he's got a bunch of tech cards in there. Versus myself on the right. So I finally shout out to my friend Ryan Knight. He let me borrow his Machina deck. We've seen a couple people win my locals with it recently. Mario and Joey Lynch. So I decided to try out this deck for myself and see how it does. But obviously, I threw three upstarts in there. I obviously threw three upstarts in there. Oh, hold on. Okay, so Rocky summons Lone Fire. Sorry, my cat Mia wants to be on camera. All right, so first turn I equip Gear Frame to Fortress because I have Caius in my hand. So that's why if I have Caius, I usually do this move. It's funny because a lot of the Machina players, not a lot, but like Ryan and Mario, who both play Machina, use orange sleeves for the orange gadget. All right, let's see what Rocky does. Now Rocky, oh, this sucks. Oh yeah, he normal summoned. Oh, he almost double summoned. So, oh man, his hand's insane. So he opened Lone Fire, Quick Draw, Dandy, Mole, and two back rows. And Mole hurts Machina really bad because they send back Raikou, they send back my Fortress. So which one is he gonna go for? Oh god, I remember I saw that Mole and I was so upset. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get wrecked by Mole here. But luckily he normal summoned already. Anyway, like I said about Rocky, he only occasionally plays Edison. He's still kind of new to the format, so. Okay, so I take 300, and then so now Fortress is going to pop something. So let's see, what are we going to pop with Fortress? Titanium, and he can choose to negate. Doesn't matter too much. All right. Since I had Caius in my hand, I'm obviously going to choose the Titanium. Because maybe if he might not tribute Titanium for that Nitro Warrior. Okay, so he bottomlesses my Fortress. I pitched Force to get Fortress out. Ooh, I have double Force. That's good. So I think it's not standard, but some people play 2 Force, some people play 3. And I'm pretty sure I was playing 3. Ooh, and I decide to Caius some. Okay, so this is why. I was playing around D Prison and Mirror Force, so that's why I tributed for Caius, and this makes my Avarice live. Luckily, he had Mirror Force and not D Prison, because otherwise my Caius would have got D Prisoned. So we both drew pretty well. But I think his hand was better. Lone Fire, Quick Draw, Dandy, Mole. Oh, wow. So he top decked Avarice. You gotta be kidding me. Because I know his other card is Mole. Now, I'm not supposed to know he has Mole. But since he tried to normal summon the previous turn, it just makes me sick. Because I'm like, oh, wow, you ripped it. Okay, so now he's got Mole and 2 other cards versus my 1 back row. And I think I have 2 cards in hand. So he decides to poke me with Mole. So you guys saw me kind of like think about activating that back row. So sometimes I'll play little mind games with my opponent with my Spoilen Traps. Let's see what it is. I actually think it's not. I'm trying to remember because this was like how long ago was this? This was a few days ago. Oh, I milled double Upstart. So I think this is why my friend Joey Lynch, for those of you guys want to see his deck profile, he won like 4 tournaments in a row. And he was telling me the reason he doesn't play like spells because he wants to mill all monsters. And you can kind of see his argument right there where I milled double Upstart. So, all right. So yeah, it was MST. So you remember whenever he summoned the Mole, I tried to pretend that I had something to stop it, but it was just me trying to bluff him. Okay, so he synchros for Catastor. But here comes the Gores. Alright. Anyways. Surprised Rocky saw him that Lila. Shout out to Rocky letting me borrow a token. Yeah, sometimes like I've seen some people talk about not playing Solemn Judgment. It costs you games at times paying half your life. It's great when you're like low on life though, when you're like under 4K. Solemn Judgment is amazing then, but when you're like high on life, sometimes you just lose just cuz the life points. Okay, so Rocky's at 45 to my 43 and see this is a scenario. His he if he doesn't have a Gorge or anything, this is game. So yeah, maybe Rocky shouldn't have Solemn the Lila. He should have just yeah, he doesn't have Gorge. Yeah, he should have just let it gone through and let me pop the back row. Maybe he would have been in a better spot. So I take game one. First time I've ever played this deck. And the game one I drew pretty well. But Rocky drew insane too. We both drew insane. It looks like he's got the mole again, and he's got Gorge in hand, so Rocky's hand's looking nice. All right, so I summoned Trooper, milled two monsters and an Avarice. I milled Caius in Fortress. Attack. Hit, and he deprisons card Trooper. That hurts. All right, so I set one. Flip Hamster. So I was hoping like set Raikou turn one. Okay, what else is in his hand? Mole, Caius. Does he go for the Caius? Oh no, he's gonna. Come on, Torrential, please. Oh, I saw him his Lone Fire. So we were just talking about Solemn game one, and here I saw him Lone Fire. But I think I can't deal with Titanial. Yeah, I remember it was like my hand. I can't afford him dropping a Titanial on me. But now I'm really low. I'm like at 29. So Rocky's hand is Mole, Treeborn, and Gores, and a Raikou. I got charges on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm bringing out Fortress. So if I equip, if see, I'm debating on equipping or not. But if let's say I equip the gear frame to Fortress, he's just gonna pop the gear frame itself. So I attack over Hamster, or yeah, this way. This way it's more damage. And now he's gonna Raikou the gear frame. So okay, so he's got Plague in the graveyard. Now remember, he has an out to my Fortress, which I don't know. I don't know he has Mole to get rid of my Fortress. Do I have any back row, like a D prison or something to stop the Mole? Gosh, I'm playing slow. Come on. All right. Oh, I was debating on dropping the second Fortress. All right, so let's see what he did. What he drew. Mole, Treeborn, Gores. Yeah, Mole, Treeborn, Gores. I think he has Bottomless. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna summon the Mole, or is he gonna let me attack into his Gores? Well, we're both kind of playing slow this game. Ooh, all right, so he discards Treeborn. Oh man, so he's got Quickdraw, normal summon Mole. Okay, so his last two cards in are Caius and Gore, so he gets rid of one of. Oh, I see why he did this. He wants to have the Treeborn in his graveyard for Caius. So now I attack over. So he's got two choices. He can either Caius me. No, definitely not Caius. He just Mole here. Yeah, just bounce my Fortress back. Because if he Caiuses, then I get to look at his hand. So he chooses Mole, bounce, Fortress. Come on, D Prison. So no D Prison. So what do I think my back row is? I don't think it's Bottomless because I tend to side out Bottomless against Quick Draw. Especially I'm going second. Yeah, there's no Bottomless in my deck for sure. Okay, so I drop Fortress again. And that makes my Avarice live. Put all 5 monsters back. I used to think Dyna was bad, but I actually think now after playing Fossil Dyna, it's pretty good, man. In certain decks. I think if you can protect the Dyna, then Dyna's really good. Like, okay, so I playing around Gores here, attacking over the Treeborn, and then Lila. But Rocky's got the Gores. But the good news is Fortress doesn't really lose the Gores too bad. Like you're gonna worst case scenario, you trade with the. I think I drew another Avarice. That's why I summoned the Lila. Okay, so Rocky summons the mole. Mirror Force. No, no Mirror Force. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking good for your boy. What am I at? I'm at 19 to his 48, and he's got a 1700 token. Gores, Treeborn, and a Caius he has not used. Yeah, this is. Let's see if I can get out of it. So, Gear Frame. Maybe we should play Limiter in this deck. Okay, so Fortress. Ooh, double Fortress. I just need to stop the mole, man. Okay, so kill the token. Yeah, kill token. Kill Gores. I take 200. What am I at now? 17? What's that back row that I have not used? Man, Rocky. These average. This is why this match took a long time. We're both just putting our resources back in. It's just a grind game. That's how I look at this Machina deck. It reminds me of Quickdraw. With the triple average, the Raikos, the hamsters. It just depends what engine you prefer. Like Quickdraw, Vayu, Machina, they all play that Raiko hamster engine, and then you choose which other engine you want to mix it with. The plant, Quickdraw stuff, Vayu, Dark Refer stuff, or Machina stuff. And Vayu just does it the best because they have Dark Arm, they have Return. Okay, so let's see. Is he gonna drop the Caius? He's got Quickdraw in his hand too, and Mirror Force. So he set Mirror Force and then Caius's, and I lose my Fortress. So Rocky didn't know that I get to look at his hand. He thought it was random, so that's why you saw him shuffling his hand, and he had to read it. And I told him, "It's like, no, I get to look at your hand." But at least he set the Mirror Force before he did it, so good job for him. So his hand is Caius, Mole, Raiko, Quickdraw. So what do I send back? To be honest, the Mole's been hurting me all game. It hurt me the previous game. Caius may hurt because he has Treeborn in the grave. So yeah, I'm debating either Caius or Mole. So I choose the Caius. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it goes to graveyard. I thought it went back to the deck for a reason, so I had to read it. And we still don't know what that back row is that's been sitting there forever on my field. Okay, so 49 to 19. Oh, I forgot Rocky has Plague in there. So oh, it was MST, yeah. So I MST him right away just before he makes a Stardust. I've made that mistake in the past where they have a Stardust. See, that's why it's good to make mistakes and go back and watch them because you're kind of like, oh, I messed up here. So like I didn't want him to make a Stardust and then I can't use my MST, but he decides to go for Thought Ruler, and I take 9, and he's gonna gain 27. Or sorry, he's gonna gain 18. But if I can deal with the With the Thought Ruler, I'm in an okay spot. What does Rocky have in his hand? All he has is Mole and Raiko. Okay, so we use the third Avarice. There's a second one I activated this game, but the first one I milled it. Only issue is I'm at 1,000 life points. All right, now we got 3 Upstart. Let's hope I remember to give him the life. Okay, so 2 back row and a monster. Okay, so he summons Mole. I'm pretty sure I have a deprison down there, so I'm gonna have to deprison the Mole. Yep. So Rocky's reading. Like I said, Rocky's still new to Edison, so he's reading, but Thought Ruler can only negate if you're targeting a psychic monster. It'd be really good if you couldn't like protect your Mole too, because he definitely would have protected it right here. Okay, and this is probably Raiko. Yeah, so I pop the Thought Ruler, mill Gear Frame, and Hamster. And he does not gain. Does he gain the life points? Okay, so we're double checking if he gains the life points, and he does not. Johnson next to him, and yeah, I trust. When it comes to anything ruling, John's a god. Everyone always like, John, what's this? John. I feel bad for him because people always interrupt him while he's in the middle of a duel. Okay, so I summon Dinah, attack him, so 65 to 1,000. So he can't use his Treeborn, so he's got Raiko. Ooh, Rocky's hand's bad. He's got Titanium and Caius in his hand. He mills. Okay, Heavy's gone, Solemn's gone. Alright, so I'm checking his grave. He has Treeborn in there. What's in my hand? It's kind of weird because the player who's on the left side, I can see their hand, and the players on the right side, I can't. And I almost always sit on the right side. The only time I don't sit on the right side is if someone beats me to it, but I'm always like trying to get there. Anyway, Rocky MST is my Torrential. Special summons Quickdraw. And yeah, Drill Warriors game. Okay, so Rocky takes game 2. So we're going to game 3. Who's gonna move on with a round 1 win? Me with Machina Turbo. That's the name that we gave it. Machina Turbo. Okay, open charge. Mill Caius, Avarice, and Mirror Force. I'm only playing 2 Caius because I feel like 3 is too much unless except in like frogs. That's like the only deck I would play triple Caius in. Maybe zombies could get away with 3. Who knows? Okay. So what did I set? Did I set Hamster or Raiko turn 1 and 1 back row? Let's see what Rocky does. Rocky summons Lone Fire. Rocky, quit drawing Lone Fire, man. I think he drew a game. Did he draw it all? Opened it all 3 games? I think he did. Have to deal with Titanium. Titanium is just an annoying card to deal with. Oh, but luckily for me, he didn't. He didn't get Titanium. So obviously now that's just obvious. I set Raiko. It's dead. The fact that I deprisoned a Dandelion. Okay, good move by Rocky there. He did not set anything. He knows it. He knows that's Raiko. Good read by Rocky. All right, so here I'm not afraid of Gores. I'm just like attack. If you drop this Gores, I'm gonna flip the Raiko. So we both know that my face down is Raiko. Okay, so Rocky has Avarice, Dandy, Mole. I need to start shuffling better because Rocky drew Mole all 3 games too. Okay, so I let the I'm debating. I don't want him to black rose me because if he black roses me, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my back row no matter what, and I'm gonna lose my face down Raiko. So and my card troop, but at least I'll draw. So here I'm just debating on using this. And I choose to Regeki Break, pop the Debris. I could have maybe let that go through, but at the same time, oh, it's pretty good. I milled Fortress. Is Rocky's Avarice live? Okay, so it's not live yet. So Trooper, Mills, Pulling the Rug, Upstart, and Fortress. Summon Lila. Okay, so he right away bottomlesses, and I attack him for 19. Set 1. What's Rocky's life at? So 42 AK. And here comes Pot of Avarice. Oh, no, it's still not live. Okay. But it's probably going to be live after this. After I attack over this monster. I don't remember if we were close to time. This was a pretty long match. I mean, this video is already over 20 minutes, and I sped it up a bit. I try not to make any of my videos longer than 30 minutes. I try to keep the goal. I like to have them like 15 minutes. That's kind of like, but sometimes the matches are too long, and that's why they go over 20. All right, so I attack his second dandy, and what's Rocky gonna do? He has Caius, so he chooses the Caius. Oh, but okay, good. Luckily for me, I have Torrential there. But now here comes the Pot of Avarice, I think, or is it still not live? I mean, it should be live, right? I think he was asking something about Torrential, I think. So what's Rocky's hand? Avarice, Raikou, Mole. Okay, so I think maybe his Avarice isn't live yet, or he's holding it. But I'm activating my Avarice. So here we put the gear frames back and a Raikou back. Yeah, so I think it's like double force, gear frame, because the goal is to top deck gear frame or force and bring back Fortress. So you can see here, my deck is very slim, so I shuffle to make sure that I get a good draw. Get 2 good draws. Oh, there it is, the force for Fortress. What's Rocky at? 42. Yeah, Rocky's at 42. Can I drop another Fortress on him? Oh, I have Plague. Do I have Plague? Did I mill Plague? Must have milled Plague. Oh, I do have. Okay. I do have Plague in there. And summon Hamster. So I'm going for game. Yeah, this is game if Rocky doesn't have Gores. All right, let's see if he has it. So 25. Well, we know he doesn't have it, but at the time, I don't know. And attack with Goyo for game. And yep. So I take the round 1 win with Machina Turbo. Hope you guys enjoyed the duel. We'll be back soon for the rest of the tournament. Bye, guys.